And as if we needed any more signs that something was going down, that, remember last night, and I hope you guys remember this, that we were talking about the area in between Norcia, Italy, Norcia, and Norcia, and the area to the south where the other swarm is. And let's see if we still have some of the swarm. No, we don't have the swarm on there. Well, look what hit directly in between, guys. This is in Rome. This is in Rome. And I mean, it's 25 kilometers outside of Rome. Now, I talked about Rome 2 weeks ago. This isn't a coincidence. This isn't just chance. This is the middle point in between both areas. And I'm going to go look this location up on Google Earth, and you guys are going to come along with me. Let's go get the coordinates. Now, take a look at this. Okay, here we are, 2.4, southern Italy, 25 kilometers southeast of Roma, Italy. Now, they call it Roma. We call it Rome. Same place, and I'll prove that to you. In case you're an international viewer, you don't really look this stuff up. And this is crucial because, first of all, it's been a while since we've seen any earthquake activity in Rome. I brought up Rome 2 weeks ago because there was I'll show it to you. I don't want to get ahead of myself. There was a swarm of earthquakes that was developing out to the north. Okay, so here we go. All right, it's pretty obvious. Here's Rome. And here's that supervolcano that they were talking about, which is Colli Alban. The Colli Alban complex immediately southeast of Rome contains a large Pleistocene stratovolcano with a 10 by 12 kilometer wide caldera formed during an eruptive period with 6 major explosive eruptions that produced at least 280 kilometer cubes of ejecta between about 560,000 and 350,000 years ago. So this is just a huge, I mean, you can see it. You can see the crater on this and how big this is. This is the original blast caldera. And then inside of it, we've got the second blast caldera. So it's actually 2 different calderas within each other. And we've got a noteworthy earthquake. I would call it noteworthy because we never see activity develop out over here. But why did it hit? Well, first of all, I want you to also take a look. See where this one is? See this volcano here? All right, well, we've got more to the north. We've got another one here. This has to be one. Has to. They just don't have it marked. This also is one. It's pretty obvious, right? I mean, you can see it, right? Okay, it's a crater, giant crater. And then there's another one, Volcini. So these are equidistantly spaced down throughout Italy. And let's get back over and look at the earthquakes. Let me turn back on the INGV Italian list. Might take a minute for that to connect through. While that's working, let me just go ahead and back this out and show you overall Italy. And you got to understand that the spot that was originally hit up here, okay, here's Norcia. All right, there's Norcia, and they pronounce it Norcia. I've been saying Norcia. It's wrong. It's Norcia, according to many people that have written me and told me, oh, it's Norcia. Oh, okay. So then down here to the south at the Abruzzo range, right in here, okay, there's another swarm that's developed out. And then in between there, again, equidistantly spaced, we've got this 2.4 striking in Rome. So take a look at the earthquakes that they have reported today, and you're going to notice one thing missing from the Italian feed. I'm looking at 2.0 and greater earthquakes over the past 2 days. And do you notice anything missing, guys? They don't have the earthquake listed at the volcano. Okay, so I already looked at this earlier. I mean, I was waiting for them to put it on the feed, but it's right in between these 2 swarms. So now you can see the swarms reported by the Italians, right? Okay, and make note of where they are. And let's go turn back on our international feed. Let's do it again here. International feed on there. So 2.4 striking between the 2 earthquakes. We were talking about it. What would happen if I brought up Rome? I said Rome is to the west. I said it would be weird if we saw some earthquake activity develop there. It's been so long, la 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 la. Well, now you guys can see it for yourself. It's happening directly at an ancient supervolcano, and they, the Italian INGVs, are hiding it from their own people. Now tell me about why you think they might hide it from their own people. Anybody want to venture a political guess as to why you would hide an earthquake of 2.4, 2.5 magnitude from the population? Why would you do that? Well, we have to go back a couple weeks when we warned Rome, and we have to go back to yesterday, where I know there's many people of high importance in Italy that are tuned in and listening to the forecast, especially at the Vatican. And I'm positive about this, guys. I'm 100% positive people at the Vatican are listening. Well, check it out. Okay, the middle point between the two swarms that I was proposing last night, that if the middle point moved, it would be significant, and now it is significant. It's happening at a supervolcano. Not just in Rome, on the crater of a supervolcano. Now, I'm not saying it's going to erupt. What we're looking for now is an influx of pressure to come in, which is happening right now at mid-range 4. If you take the mid-range 4, add it together with all the other earthquakes that we see here, we're already going up to 4.9. The stack of 2s and 3s over here in Greece, the 2s and 3s across Turkey, right there alone, add up with the 4.3 to be 4.9. So there is now a 4.9 potential introduced in between the area from the supervolcano at Rome. What's the name of that sucker again? Colli Alban. Colli Alban. All right. So there's a potential now for a 4.9 to develop out within 72 hours from this point across the central region between the 2.4, the 2.6 down in Abruzzo, and the other 2.6 and 3.0 up at Norcia. And it's a small area, right in the middle. It's like a triangular formation at this point. And anytime we see this happen on a plate boundary, you need to pay attention close. A 4.9, if it were to strike in Rome, or if it were to strike at this volcano, guys, it would scare everybody. I mean, people in Rome would be like, oh my God, is it going to be the big one? And it's not the big one. It's not yet. But I was talking about it last night, that if this carries on, and I'm watching intently for the next week, 2 weeks, to see, is it going to be another plate boundary rupture location, like what happened down in New Zealand, like what happened in Italy a few weeks ago, like, oh, another 3.0 just hit in Italy right now, right on the plate boundary. Right on the plate boundary. And it's moved to the north. It's moved to the north. Let's get a location on this. This is a different location. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, a new 3.0 just hit in Italy as I'm talking at a different location. This, like I said, guys, if it starts to spread out, this is real time here, guys. This is, you get to see it happen real time. I don't know where the location is. I haven't looked it up before. It's a new location just to the northeast of Norcia. Okay. There's Norcia. Yeah. Now it's at a place called Kupi. It's probably not pronounced that way either. It's probably Supi or Kupai or something. I'm probably pronouncing it totally wrong, whatever it is. Take a look at it, guys, okay? So now we are east-northeast. This is right along the plate boundary. You see this? Do you see the shape here? You hopefully, let me back this out a little bit. I might need to turn off the names. Okay, you can see the plate boundary through here, right? I mean, the lines that go and bend across and go up to the northwest. So this is directly on the plate boundary. And it struck just as I was getting ready to make the point that if we see a new plate boundary rupture, it will be similar to what happened the last several times the plate boundaries ruptured, whether it was down in New Zealand, whether it was over here in Italy back in October, or whether it was over in Japan back at the November. That when you see these plate fractures happen, the plate fractures are big events, not small. They cause massive damage, not little, and we can see it coming a mile away. And I think that's what's getting ready to happen here over the next couple of weeks, or less. And what's going on right now is there's swarm activity that's developing out all along the plate boundary from Norcia south to Abruzzo, up here to the east-northeast to, what was this place called again? I mispronounced it. Viso, Supi. Kupi, Supi. Okay, so going up to the east-northeast along the plate boundary, the plate boundary is under pressure. It's in flux. It hasn't released with a larger earthquake in the past couple weeks at this point. So what has it been, a week and a half since we've seen any noteworthy activity above 4.0? Well, now we're reintroducing pressure, okay? So, next 72 hours, it's going to tell the tale up to 4.9 between Rome and this new Supi area up to the north, Kupi area.